What is up, everybody? Zach from Red Chronicles. Today we're going to be installing the Eco Hitch on the Tesla Model Y, the Juniper, so the 26 and newer. So I hope this helps you out. Hope you guys enjoy it. All right, and this is everything that comes in the Eco Hitch kit. You got instructions, the hitch itself, always quality made. I've had these hitches on like 4 vehicles. You got a grab handle mount thing, and then little parts bag. So we'll see where all this stuff goes eventually. Just a quick look at what you'll need. A couple different ratchets, basically a 10 mil, an 8 mil. Those are the two smaller ones. Then you'll need a 13, I believe a 15. Yep, 15. Some pry tools, a T30 bit, and then a torque wrench to torque it all down. But pretty basic install, pretty easy, not a lot of tools. Bear with me if this seems cut up a little weird. There's no instructions on how to do this, so I'm kind of piecing it together from the previous model and then just figuring it out. But first thing we're gonna do is pull off this little cover here that's behind the tail light. Just gonna pry on this little pop socket thing. That just pops off like that. And then this guy will just pull this weather stripping back. And then that will allow this guy. You can see what you're pulling on is you got this guy that goes in here, and then these 3 tabs go into the bumper itself. And then using our 10 mil socket, we're gonna pop this bolt off here. Then you're just gonna pull the weather stripping off, kind of all the way across. Just kind of some gross glue in there, unfortunately. Get all that glue off, and then I'm just gonna set this in here like that, so it's out of the way. Then we're going to pop this off. It's got 4 clips that come across the middle of it. So if you just kind of reach back there, you can see what you're working with is this 1, 2, 3, 4 that pops in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting under the bumper on the left side, you got a 10 mil bolt, then you got a T30 Torx screw, and then you pop this cover off here, which you'll see there's a tab in the back here. Stick that in there and pop that off. There's a 10 mil bolt in here, 10 mil bolt in this little hole here, another pop to do a 10 mil, and then a T30 on that side and a 10 mil on that side. So we'll go ahead and get all those done. Then we're just gonna pop this fender off. Just pops right off. Just pull it off about halfway. Probably pull it off all the way if you wanted to, but that's out of the way enough. Then in here, just to give yourself more room, there's this little plastic nut right here that screws off, and then you've got a pop clip here and a pop clip back here, so we're gonna go ahead and pull those off. And then that gives you the ability to pop your wheel low liner off and then release the bumper from the bottom there. And then taking the 8 mil socket, we'll go ahead and take this bolt off here. So we're just gonna start prying the bumper off and around. Pop that red thing down, then you're gonna push down on this part here, and that will release this black wire loom here, like that. Stick that guy back up there for now. If we were fully pulling the bumper off, you'd remove all these clips along here, but we're just putting the hitch on, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna start putting the hitch on. So start by pulling this guy off. All right, well, apparently there's a little bolt in the end of there, so you have to do it anyway. I thought you could take the crash bar off separately, but now we're gonna move these 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3 on either side to get the crash bar to come completely off. And those are the same 15 millimeter size. All right, then we're gonna remove the crash bar. So there's three 15mm bolts on each side of it. And here's what you're left with. So these three bolts are what the new hitch is gonna mount onto. Then we'll go ahead and remove this bolt here, separate the bracket from the crash bar. All right, so lay the hitch on the ground, and then we'll go ahead and we'll just set the crash bar on the hitch. Line all of the bolts up into the holes. So you kind of wind up bending this crash bar a little bit to make it fit snug and perfect, but I just went and tightened it down until the end of the bolt was flush with the tip of the nut. So we'll go ahead and tighten down the other side. And if you're having a hard time getting this going, the key is use your middle bolt and get this one snugged up and tightened down. And that will give you the little bit of flex you need to be able to get the nuts onto the top and the bottom. So then you'll take the M8 nut or bolt and washer, and then spacer, 3/8 spacer. You'll use your 13mm to tighten that down. And that's the crash bar onto the hitch. Two of these nylon washers on the lower inside and one on the outside. Then we'll go ahead and we'll put the hitch on. Get these factory nuts back on there. Go ahead and cinch all these nuts down now. All right, and then it says these should be torqued to 38 foot-pounds. All right, then we'll plug back in this, gonna lift the bumper up and plug back in this plug. Plug it in, move that red thing down, then we'll kind of grab from the middle here and kind of pull out so we can get all the clips up over everything. And we'll just kind of do the reverse we did. Start kind of one side, clip everything in. And just like that. Got a hitch now. Then we're gonna take the plastic nut, 2 clips, and the 8mm bolt. Put that back on here. Pop the fender back on. All right, then we're gonna, again, those 4 clips, line them up. Go ahead and put the screws back on the top of the, behind the headlight thing here. And put these guys back on. Then we'll go ahead and get the weather stripping back on, kind of flop it back out so it's lined up. You'll just work it all the way around. All right, then we'll use the T30 and the 10 mils and do it across the bottom of the car. All right, and then the nice thing about the Juniper is this guy just comes on and off super easy. So those 3 tabs along the top just go up, snaps on, and then these 2 screws just have a 1/4 turn. And then to pop it off, same thing, you'd undo the screws and then just pop it down and off, and you have access to your hitch. All right guys, hitch is on, looks great, works great. As usual with the Torque Lift Eco Hitch stuff, it's just quality product. So happy with it yet again. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope it helps you out. Cheers.